people really appreciate like the curated vibe that you bring to a function. So this could be like a bonfire, this could be a house party. This could literally just be you and your friends deciding, you know what, we're gonna go to Santa Monica and we're gonna kick it. We're gonna go by the Ferris wheel. We're gonna get some tacos near there and we're just gonna chill like it's a GTA 5 mission. Essentially, people really love it when you have a curated vibe that you bring to it. Now, what do I mean by curated vibe? I'm gonna point a point of reference for three sort of things. One, it's the sort of music that you bring to the function, the element of fantasy that you bring to it. This could be through the points of movies or TV shows that you've watched that you wish you could replicate. And three, it's the lived experiences that you've had that other people have never else experienced. And they make you distinct because it's formed a part of who you are. And you bring that to a party. So I'm going to break it all down and show you how this is like, with a bit of a story so you can understand it. About a week and a half ago, I threw a party where it was my 20th birthday party, and I threw it where I invited people that I knew that were all part of, different friend groups that I had, different people that I met from, whether it be work or in school, different levels of closeness. It was I had my best friends there, but I also had people who they were really close friends with me before. I had people who I sort of hadn't really talked with that much outside of just school or with work. But you know what? You bring those sorts of people in and you say, I'm going to bring them in. And I decided to initially create an invite for a party. Now, when you're creating the invite, I don't like sending messages to people and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to throw a party June 20th, 7 p.m. Here's the address. Come on by. No, I think what's really helpful is when you start to, get involved in that element of fantasy, that element of, romanticizing the function, and you do it by creating, I think, the party invite. I think that's the most, that's sort of the spirit that you bring to the party. It starts there. And so I have a bit of a story. When I was in San Francisco, which was a week before my party, I was already starting to think, okay, you know what? What's it going to be like when it's my birthday party? What am I going to do? You know what? I'm going to create an invite and I'm going to work on it on Canva. But before that, I have to listen to my favorite type of music. The type of music that I think I'm going to be playing at the party. The type of music that would kind of embody the spirit of the party. So first of all, I listened to the song by Usher, Yeah. Peace up, A-Town. And then I got in the mood and I was like, okay, I'm imagining it. I'm imagining, opening the door and there's already people already in the party. They're already just kicking it. They're chilling. And then, their friends are like, oh my God, hey girl. Oh, hey girl. And they're just having a good time. And it's like, I'm feeling it. And once you feel it, once you feel like the rush, the sort of emotion that you think you're going to have at a party, it's pure faith. You got to have that faith that it's going to happen. And once you have that faith, oh man, it's going to happen. It will happen. So then I went on Canva while I had this song playing. And I was looking through my photos and I was like, you know what? This right here's a good photo. I'm going to have this here. And I'm going to put up a bit of characters that I wish would be at the party. I put my dog Lito on there. I put McLovin because I feel like, it's bound to happen. There's always a McLovin character. Sometimes I was a McLovin character, so it's let's have that there. And, I put a photo of Ronaldo because it's the World Cup. And I was like, you know what, let's have this thing here. We had the invite. Let me pull it up. And then what do you know? After a few minutes, I already had this thing right here complete. You're invited to my 20th birthday party, June 19th, June 20th. We're so back. So then when I sent this party invite, I put this song on an Instagram photo. I created this Instagram photo as if it was a story that I was going to post. And I started sending that out to people. I started sending the DM. And I just sent it to a bunch of people that were already on the list. And then, sort of things started to turn up. And people were like, oh my God, yes, I'll be there. I'm coming. This is it. So then when you have that many people who say, I'll be there, there's a bit of pressure now. It's like, okay, Once you have the invites out, then you need a little bit have a point of reference, of inspiration of what you'd like to happen at the party. And I think it's always helpful to curate a playlist. So then maybe you get an idea, you know what? I wanted to take inspiration from the movies Entourage. Entourage is a TV show. I'm going to take inspiration from Entourage, which if you haven't seen, you got to watch it. One day I'm going to make a video about that show and how it's super inspiring. Then you got to have maybe a movie like Old School or Super Bad. These sorts of movies where it's like, okay, this is me. Maybe other people haven't seen it before, but I'm going to try and share that with them. I'm going to bring that with them. I'm going to go ahead and curate that vibe for them, and they can hopefully share this sort of experience that I wish to have. I could share it with them, you know? Once you have a bit of those outlets of, inspiration, you have your music, you have your movies, and then you watch a bit of the movies that you like, and then you realize, oh my gosh, things are turning up, it's going to be that way. And then you invite, people that, from people that you don't really talk to that much, that you know from school or work, but you realize, I'm going to bring them. You bring in your best friends, you bring in your close friends, and you see, oh my God, it's going to be so interesting to see all of them just mixed together. See, are they going to click? Are they going to mesh? Are they going to clash? Let's see how things go. And when you bring that ambience to it, your party is not bound to be boring. The function is not bound to be boring because people really want to have a curated vibe. People want to bring your vibe. Maybe you have certain music that you listen to that you've been too sort of scared to play in the aux or on CarPlay while you're driving with your friends because you're thinking, oh my gosh, bro, they're going to judge me. Oh, this is a little bit weird. They're not going to be into this types of stuff. Don't hold back anymore. Share it. Create that list. And if you want to have your own party, but you don't really know, you don't have you could say a playlist that you think is, you don't have a playlist that you could say like mainstream, the one that, if you play it, people regardless will enjoy it. I have a playlist. I'll drop it in the link in the description. You could listen to that. You could say, Ian, I like this a lot. Or you could say, Ian, this isn't my type of music. That's okay. That's okay. I hope this helped, and I'll catch you guys in the... I like to do these things where I talk and then I disappear. So we'll see if there'll be another episode. There most likely will be, but I'll see you in the next one. Later.